anyways, this morning I noticed the same individual who's been waiting outside my apartment building every other day when I'm leaving, doing the same thing. And it's kind of sad. Like, I'm not making fun of him or anything like that, but he's literally autistic. Like, you can see it in his face and everything. And I got no problem calling out my pervs or even showing them that I'm recording them and that I'm documenting what's going on. But, yeah, I didn't really even pay it no mind this morning. I just shook my head because that's so sad. Like, these people, they not only use children, they're using people who have autism. Oh, man. These individuals really don't have any law.
You're a dummy, bitch. You will never know shit. Don't nobody want you. Don't nobody need you. Bitch, you know what? See, I think you trying me. I think you really trying to fuck with me. You fucking with my money. I should have aborted your motherfucking ass, because you ain't shit. I know the day the doctors put you in my goddamn hand, you wasn't a goddamn thing.
You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed. Now let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain.
They don't care about us. We have to pick up after them. We have to eat their table scraps. That's how it is. I know you know what I'm talking about.
You pretend like you know when you don't. Things don't get better because you want them to. Starting right now, we have to live in the real world. We have to control who lives here.
Be not blind to the strategies and shadow devices of the enemy. Their entire operation depends on keeping you tethered to them. Not out of care, but so they can manufacture a story. A narrative that they can circulate like ritual gossip. Repeating the same problems they engineer. And pretending the chaos was born from you. Without you, their world will fall silent. Without you, there would be nothing to talk about. There'd be nothing left to dissect. No life to siphon. Only themselves and the echo of their own disorder. The memories of their own problems. Many reasons why people don't like them. When you walk clean, when your past don't hold no dirt, they offer no praise, no gratitude, not even a whisper of respect or thank you. But let you make one mistake and suddenly every good deed disappear. It's erased, overwritten, as if you were the worst person on the planet. Meanwhile, they out here tampering with people's minds, inducing psychosis, but you learned their patterns, you adapt, you strengthening your mind against their interference, you became difficult to manipulate, impossible to destabilize, and now as you distance yourself, as you build boundaries that block their entry points, they panic, they conjure invisible obstacles, phantom problems, fabricated barriers meant to slow you down because they feel you slipping out of their reach. You're no longer accessible. You're no longer controllable. How you get mad at someone who mind their business? It was supposed to signal, I know what's going on. I want to be left alone, but they continue, then they learn from you. As you lean from them, it's like they yearn for you more. They can't make their mind up, repeating the same stuff, making up lies. You go back and forth, then you pause because you realize they just saying anything and you get mad at yourself because the whole time they don't even know what they talking about. They just talking about to get you to explain yourself. They be focused on you that they forgot how to live a normal life, how to live their life. They participate in self-neglect. They forget that self-love is more important than self-hate. They become so warped inside their own delusion that they will put their own life on the line just to prove that what they were saying is actually true. They love to rewrite reality. They don't argue to find truth, they argue to establish dominance. You remember something happened one way, they insist it happened another. And they can hold on to a lie with such confidence that you can start second guessing yourself. When the guilt doesn't work, they use fear. When using your past don't work, they threaten you. It's all about them wanting you to feel bad all the time. Listen, stay down till you come up. Don't tell anybody your moves. Prioritize doing what you gotta do. Don't worry about what everyone else got going on, because most people got problems and all they want to do is play pretend on who got it together the most. Look at me. Look what I got. It's a marathon, not a race. Play the long game to get what you want. Focus on yourself and do what's best for you.
A little bit more clearly how somebody can be put on a watch list, and then what happens when somebody is put on a watch list, and how basically it's a tool that discredits that person, and it makes it difficult for that person to interact in society, because what happens is not only is there no legal requirement for anybody to, once you get on a watch list, there's no legal requirement for that person to be notified, the person that is put on the watch list, there's no legal requirement for them to be notified, but they are allowed, the government is allowed to tell or to inform, I think the word is inform neighborhood watch groups, local PD, like your dentist, your employer. That is what it's discussed in here. And I think the reason why that matters is because that discusses, like, when a lot of people who are targeted for harassment, when they're talking about their life being upended because all of a sudden people don't like them anymore because they've been watch listed, but they don't even know until after all of this stuff comes down. And it's because that they are having people spread negative information about them, and then next thing you know, all these people, like whether it's your employer is trying to, get you fired, your dentist, my dentist actually, started to abuse, I don't want to say abuse, but treat me roughly. And I don't want to talk about that, but there were things that has happened in my personal life that I'm like, that it could only be described as like harassment. That's all I can say is harassment. So once, so they, not only are they allowed to tell the local PD, then the neighborhood watch groups come after you, or surveil you, and this is what happens when you get on this watch list. You're not allowed to know why you're on this watch list, but a lot of other people in your community and your employer are allowed to be informed, and effectively they all engage in watching you. They all engage in surveilling you and reporting back. But that's the other thing, they report back. And so that's what Trapping a Black Box discussed, and watch listing guidance. This is only 40 pages. This is an easy read, but watch listing guidance, which a lot of, again, this is the governmental document. This is the ACLU document, which was also prepared by Yale Law. The watch listing guidance guideline situation backs up many of the claims that were made in the ACLU document. So this is an official government document, and hopefully you find the 2025 version. I don't know how many pages this is, but it's so important that people start to read these documents, because this is how many people are being watch listed. And because of the TSC, or the terror screening list, and how the government is now classifying or opening the reins to classify more people as quote-unquote terrorists, which is like, it's like saying you have a felony. What I was saying, like, it's like saying you're a bad person and you have a felony. What I was saying, you have a felony, right? It's basically blacklisting people, right? That's the theory here, right? Like, this is the working thing, like, that you're a bad person and you need to be kept out of society. And they're doing this to activists, whistleblowers, protesters, and anybody who really they feel needs to be put on this list, right? And in fact, what happens is an erosion of one person's life. But that is my assessment of it. Again, this is it's my assessment of it. And again, you know, my thing to everybody who may watch is please read these 2 documents. Ask yourself, what is the final form? What is the experience about some, you know, in somebody who has been put on this list? Mind you, you have not been convicted of a crime, and could it violate your civil liberties, your humanity, and your dignity? That is some questions that I would ask as people are going through what it's like to be put on the watch list, and like the process it is to be put on the watch list. And then, you know, if it's so terrible, then why are you not being pulled in for, you know, I don't want to say that, you know, why aren't you just being pulled in front of a judge, like, immediately? You know, they pull it, you know, when you are classified in this way. It's almost like an ongoing investigation, but these are things that are taking years to harm people. Let me take it back. Years of dedication, manpower, energy, and money to stalk and surveil someone. And they already have the surveillance apparatus that makes this possible. And this is backed by your tax dollars. This is backed by everybody's tax dollars. So it's really important to, you know, read these. Anyway, my point is, please read these documents. These are probably starter documents. And then another document that you can use, or a book that somebody can read, is is by Brian Glick, which is called The War at Home. And I would, you know, you don't even have to read his book. He actually has I don't want to say YouTube. He actually has a interview online from the 90s, I believe, that talks about COINTELPRO and how, you know, a lot of Black Panthers were disenfranchised and discredited due to COINTELPRO, or due to the counterintelligence program and what it did to those people's lives. And honestly, even 30 years, like literally 3 decades later, they were still coming after some of these people who had already moved on from the movement, and putting them through legal processes that were damaging to them, even if they were not found guilty of a crime. But these things took years, and this is just the government that we're working on. So I would love for you to watch. I would love for you guys to not watch, but read these 2 documents. It's particularly Trapped in Black Box, but also the updated version of this legal document by the government that encompasses all of these and possibly even more intelligence agencies. So it's very important for people need to read this. Okay.